How's it going, everyone? And welcome to another episode in this money-making series. Today we're going to be looking at how you can make a lot of money in New World by gathering motes, and while leveling some skills at the same time. But before we get into that, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel. It helps out massively. Now, let's get into it. By far my favorite way to make money off of motes is referred to as the cactus farming method. What's great about this method is that it has the same calming effect as woodcutting, which is great to do while watching one of your favorite shows and making money on the side. Plus, you'll be leveling up your woodcutting at the same time. To start off this method, you'll need 50 logging, so you can cut down all cactus sizes. You'll also need access to brimstone sands, so unfortunately, if you're under level 60, you'll have to look into the next method, or simply just level up first. It's very easy to get to 50 with the new questing system. Having a good woodcutting axe will significantly increase profits too. The perks you mainly want to look out for are an alignment perk for the most expensive mote in your server, logging yield, gathering alacrity, logging efficiency, and logging luck, in that order. The more you can get on your axe, the better. Plus, if you put on gear or respec into 300 con, the one-hit tree chops does increase your gains significantly. In my server, I can get an axe like that for around 15k, but it pays for itself in no time at all. And my final few tips are the same ones that apply for most grinding methods. If you add music and food buffs, flag for PvP, wear light armor for the speedy rolls, and use a mobility weapon like fire staff or the rapier, you can add more and more profits. Now that all of that is out of the way, let's go over this method. You can go to most places in Brimstone that has a lot of standing cactus, but I always just head up here to Cradle's Rest since there's more than enough cacti to farm for hours, and with a fast travel point right beside them, I can get in and out of there easily when I have to unload my inventory or when I need a break. From here, just go forth and chop down every standing cactus you see. It's really relaxing and satisfying clearing the area out, especially when you hit a few one-chop trees in a row. After an hour of doing this, with a pretty good axe, with 300 con, I managed to gather 528 motes, 4,044 water, and 1,884 cactus flesh. I had no music or food buffs, and I wasn't flagged up, so if you include those too, you can expect even more. Now, let's look at the profits of that hour. To calculate the money made from the motes, I will look at what the most I can sell any mote for on my server is, and that's the soul mote for 1.5 gold per. So before you start this, if you still need to buy an axe, use the prices of motes in your server to decide which kind of mote alignment you want on it. In my server, I will be able to sell these 528 motes via sell order for 792 coins, with a few going to trading post fees. So if you do not have an axe with a mote perk on it, consider yourself losing an extra 800 coins per hour, which isn't terrible, but once you have enough, you might as well go for it. It'll pay for itself very quickly. The water sold for the least amount, as it would only sell via sell orders for 0.17 per, so 4,044 water left me with 688 coins before the post fees. Still not bad money for such an easy method. But do be warned, sometimes the water sell orders take a bit longer to sell than the rest of the items. And finally, the bulk of the hourly profits came from the cactus flesh. The 1,884 managed to go for 1.76 per in my server, bringing me 3,316 gold. Altogether, I'm making roughly 5,000 gold an hour, and that's while I'm watching a show in the background with very little focus on the game. If you take into account all the XP as well you get for logging, it's just a really great and satisfying way to gather motes and make money. Plus, once you hit 200 logging, that XP goes towards aptitude crates, and getting and opening them while doing this method can skyrocket your potential profits. You can even look into if you can make even more profit by upgrading the motes first via the arcane station and getting the arcane XP at the same time. But before going about this process, it's wise to look at the prices of motes, water, and cactus flesh in your server so you can know if this method is viable for you. It is profitable on my server and on my alt server as well, so hopefully it is for you too. If you do not fulfill the requirements for the previous method, or you simply just prefer running routes, then you can do that instead. I played around with routes as well, but even on the best routes in a low pop server, the maximum I could gather was 1,700 motes per hour. It's not bad, but using the same prices as the previous method, that's around 2,600 gold per hour, but for a lot more of an intense grind. Plus, if your server is pretty populated like mine, you could be making even less. If you do want to look into routes though, you can use a great resource called www.newworld-map.com. Then click Hide All to make the map blank, and under Essences, click on the one you want to run a route for, ideally the most profitable one on your server. you'll be shown everywhere on the map you can find that resource. Simply scroll into an area with tons in a short distance and follow it. I hope running routes can net you a good profit, but I highly suggest the Cactus Farmer method instead. Hopefully this money making method can help some of you out. It's been by far one of my go-to methods as of late when I want to make some extra money while catching up on my TV shows. Please consider leaving a like on the video if it helped you out, and subscribing to the channel with notifications on so you'll be notified when the next moneymaker goes live. But until next time, have a good one. Thanks for watching another video. If you'd like to check out another money making method, click on the video to the left. Or if you'd like to see any other New World related content, click on the video to the right. And don't forget to subscribe.